And we begin in Greece with a storm named Daniel and the relentless rains that authorities are describing as a biblical catastrophe. 4 days of downpours have unleashed flooding and landslides in parts of the country. It's knocked out power. It has left thousands without access to running water. At least 14 people are known to have died across the region.
More than a year's worth of rain poured down here in just 24 hours. Greece says it's unlike anything the country has experienced before.
For the third day, our country is dealing with a phenomenon the likes of which we have never seen in the past.
In the city of Volos, some 200,000 residents were left without running water for a third day.
There's nothing we can do about it. No food to keep in the fridge. No bathroom, nothing at all. Only the water from the supermarket.
They say everything was gone within minutes as the water passed through with the full force of a river.
Destruction. Everything that was here, cars, garbage, cans, everything was swept away.
Helicopters evacuated hundreds trapped in their flooded homes, many of whom had to wait for the lightning storm to calm. Rescuers are still trying to reach dozens of stranded villagers using lifeboats and divers. Greece's emergency services have been overwhelmed with extreme weather events this summer after deadly wildfires raged in the north for 2 weeks. Authorities say the torrential rains, believed to have been made worse by the warming Mediterranean, are the most extreme on record.
We have our correspondent, Sofia Kleftaki, reporting from the port city of Volos in Greece. Earlier, she told me more about the flooding there.
Claire, I'm standing right now at the, for me, biggest catastrophe I've seen today. We are in Volos since early this morning, and the picture behind me is surreal. We drove up this main street towards Mount Pelion, which you can see behind me, and I'm sitting literally on the spot where the street collapsed. So the street collapsed, and residents of Volos are coming here on my left and trying to see what's going on. There are dogs who are coming out who were protecting themselves. It's really, really scary. And on my right side, the street even is going a bit lower, so it looks unreal. It is unbelievable what is happening right now. Also, you can hear it. It's very, very loud. And it's all the water that comes down, which is carried down from Mount Pelion. There's even a truck, trees, a lot of mud. It's a picture that it seems like apocalyptic. Wow. I'm losing my words.
Yeah, the whole road there just washed away, people coming out to take photos. You've also been speaking, I understand, to people about their experiences with this. What have residents been telling you?
Indeed, we've been talking to residents all day. We even, Claire, had the chance about an hour ago to talk to the mayor, Mr. Beos, to the mayor of Volos, who literally told us, I'm quoting, "I feel like crying." Those were his words. "I feel like crying when I see the catastrophe that Storm Daniel caused." And the residents were telling us that they try to be patient, as this is the third day without water, without electricity. The only good news is that for now they can buy water, which they couldn't yesterday. And also the mayor is giving away water for free at the city hall, which caused a very huge lines. People are queuing in order to get some water, to wash themselves, to be able to go to the toilet and to drink, of course.
Yeah, that's really important. Has there been other advice from Greek authorities concerning how people should behave following this disaster?
For now, as you can see, the rain stopped. There was even a bit of sunshine like a few minutes ago, which again is gone behind the very dark clouds. People are starting to come outside their houses. However, the authorities insisted on people to be on alert, as the forecast says It can start raining from minute to minute. It can be bad weather. Again, the forecast is until tonight. So late in the evening, it can be. However, it looks calm, at least for the moment, and at least where I am standing right now.
Well, thank you so much for your reporting. We really appreciate that. That is DW's correspondent, Sofia Kleftaki.
For more now, I'm joined by Jeff DeCosta. He's a climate risk scientist. He joins me tonight from Bratislava. Jeff, it's good to have you with us. I mean, we've got a long list of extremes across Europe tonight. We've got flooding in Greece that we just saw in that report. We've got a record heat wave in the UK. And all of this thanks to what is being called the Omega Dome. If you could explain, what is that?
Well, thanks for having me. Good question. So we've seen record-breaking weather phenomena all over this summer. We broke one record after the next in terms of temperature, but also locally depending in terms of rainfall amounts. So in Greece, these are the remnants of Storm Daniel, a low-pressure system that moved southwesterly and brought down torrential downpours in parts of Greece, namely in the region most affected by the flooding in the past few days. And these are regions that are heavily reliant on agriculture and also food production for the Greek economy.
And part of this tragedy that we're seeing unfold is the fact that this dome is just staying put, right? I mean, this weather system, it's not really going anywhere.
It is a weather system that is quasi-stationary, but I would issue caution. We need to observe the system up close and monitor it 24/7. So what is true is that with the record-breaking summers and the unprecedented weather phenomena and disasters, like you mentioned earlier, heat waves in the UK just 2 weeks ago, Storm Dana brought flooding in the Iberian Peninsula in Portugal and Spain. Just a few weeks ago, there were raging wildfires in Greece. Now they're battling flash floods. So, yeah, we do see an increase in terms of intensity and frequency of such phenomena.
We heard from the Greek Prime Minister today, and I'm quoting the Prime Minister, saying, "I'm afraid that the careless summers as we knew them will cease to exist, and from now on, and that the coming summers are likely to be ever more difficult." Let me ask you, as a climate risk analyst, what is that political leader saying to the public? The party's over?
Well, what he's saying to the public is something that scientists have been warning about for decades at this point. The dangers of climate change, the dangers of global warming, the dangers of the change in patterns of how the atmosphere circulates and moves moisture across the air, which in turn changes the frequency and the patterns of rainfall, but also droughts, wildfires, and other extreme weather phenomena that have huge impacts on society. So what I would say is that he's emphasizing probably what the scientific evidence-based studies have demonstrated and warned for so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been hearing that for decades, and scientists have been telling us what needs to be done to mitigate climate change. Is the message that we're hearing from the Greek Prime Minister, and this is just the latest example, a message of impotence, that we're not and we cannot do anything about this. We need to get used to it. Is that what we're hearing?
I cannot assume, but what is true is that we can do something. We can either do something by mitigating the risks that are known and the unknown risks we can anticipate from climate change. That doesn't mean that we are powerless. It just means that it keeps getting more and more challenging to implement the changes that are necessary in time to protect the people and the livelihoods. So what is important is to act and to also foresee the unexpected and foresee, the unprecedented. Just because it is unprecedented does not mean that you cannot foresee it in advance.
Yeah, very wise words there, Jeff DeCosta. We appreciate your time and your analysis tonight. Thank you.
Thanks.